Hey everybody, it's Jay here with RC in Nature, and today is Brushless Summit Day. I've got two Brushless Summits. This one I bought off a buddy. It was brushless already. I kind of think this one comes brushless, but you know what? I'm not sure if this is a VXL brushless. Or no, I'm pretty sure this one is brushless out of the factory. I can't see why it wouldn't be, but either way, that's how I got it. The slipper clutch was trashed and the diffs were totally chewed, so I took a bit of a hit on it, but I did get it fully repaired, and she's running good now. And then this is my wife's Summit here, which I did buy not too long ago, and it's already brushless. I drove it around a bit with the 775 motor, and it was kind of cool, you know. And I don't really know how to or why to admit this, but I'm just not a crawler guy. Like, I built this guy from scratch, and I really enjoyed all the modeling and all the work that I did on it. But when it comes to running it, it's like I set up a bunch of rocks and stuff in the backyard, and it just climbs over all of them. It's just like, okay, it did that, okay, it did that, okay, it did that. So, like, unless I'm living beside like a mountain cliff face or something, there's just no challenge for it really. And I did some upgrades to it, and you know, but what I'm saying is, you know, I just don't like going slow. I'm trying to be a crawler guy, but I just can't seem to get a passion for it. So nonetheless, the Summit, I took the Castle Creations Mamba Monster system motor and ESC out of my Rival, and I sold it because I wasn't a fan of the Rival. Working on it was horrifying to me. Although they say the Summit is not easy to work on either, but I get Traxxas, and I get Traxxas complicated, so I don't mind that so much. I am going to be putting on a run video of both of these Summits. You see here, in order to mount this ESC, I had to create a bracket. This is actually a piece off of the truck box for the TRX that I cut away to make the TRX more of a truck than a cab, and I used that as a mount for the ESC. I put screws in. Originally, I tried to just zap strap it, and it was sliding back and forth, and I was afraid I was going to zip those wires off on the fan. So I actually Gorilla taped it down first, then zap strapped it, and I did the same thing with the switch. I have decided not to run the Summit on 6S. There's a lot of guys saying that you're just going to strip your diffs and your tranny, and you know, looking at the tranny and the diffs, I probably will upgrade my diffs to metal diff cups and better spider gears, and probably get a aluminum or metal dog bone for the tranny as well. Maybe some steel drive shafts as well for this. But I'm still not going to run it on 6S because I don't think this truck could handle it. I don't think the drivetrain in the Summit really, I think you're just going to be wrecking shit if you're trying to run the Summit on 6S. So I'm going to run it on 4, and I have been running it on 4, and it is a beast in the snow. With those big tires, this is a really fun truck in the snow. So 4S is what I'm going to do. So I think I can delete my motor, or sorry, my motor fan, because I don't think I'm going to need it on 4S. And I just bought this eRevo 2.0 off a young guy in Red Deer, and he doesn't have a motor fan. So I think I might take this motor fan and see if I can fit it on that motor, and that way I'll have a fan on the eRevo motor, and because I really need one on there. And the thing that I don't like is there's not enough spaces for two fans in this receiver, and so I had to delete my lights, and I actually unplugged this fan and plugged my lights back in. And the ESC fan doesn't run on full power. It's kind of like a half power, it seems like, when I plug it into the auxiliary one. But nonetheless, I don't think with 4S it's going to be too much of a big concern. But yeah, I got my lights back, so that's one thing. The run video doesn't have the lights because I already did the run video, but nonetheless, that's that. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention about the Summit. I did order heavier shock springs for the front because of the lean. So the thing about the Summit and the eRevo 2.0 is the rear of the eRevo 2.0 with the limiting straps and needing thicker shocks in the back of the eRevo. I'll use the thicker shocks, 2 of them for the eRevo in the back and 2 of them for the Summit in the front. And so therefore I can buy one set of heavier shocks, which I've already purchased, and I can put one set in the eRevo and one set in the Summit, and stiffen up the parts of each individual truck that seem to have problems. eRevo being the rear and the Summit being the front. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll be doing videos on that as well as time goes on. But yeah, this is Summit 1 Mini and Summit 2, both brushless. Get some good shots here. Well, aside from that, see if I can get one over here. Nice little run there. Well, I'll tell you guys, this thing is fun in the snow. I don't want to mess up the neighbor's driveway too much. Spraying snow all over. You almost get used to this slow motion bounce that it kind of does over the jumps. Yeah. What a blast. I tell you, in my opinion, Summit Brushless is the maximum fun you're going to get out of this truck, because it was just too slow before. And this is just, I mean, it's not crazy fast, but it's fun fast. You know? Like it's just enough to make this truck really, really fun. Climbing the telephone pole. Whoa! Take myself out here. I'm definitely gonna have to shovel this walk again. Well, this thing did a fantastic job of mowing down my jumps. See, she powers through that snow pretty good. I could probably get some newer, better 4S batteries in this. These ones I've had pretty long. I used to run them in my Stampede until the 3S came out, and then they just kind of sat until I got this truck. So they're not the newest batteries. They're still working okay. I'm in the process of buying an e-Revo. There's one in Red Deer, which is about an hour and a half from Calgary, that I want to get. And I've already talked to the guy, and I was going to go out there today, but somebody died on the highway this morning going there because of the freezing rain, so I didn't wind up going. Whoa! That was kind of cool. But I can see the e-Revo in this thing, or this thing in the e-Revo. They're the same template. The e-Revo is just faster, and this is more of a crawler, but that was what struck up the the interest for me with the e-Revo was having this truck and turning it to brushless. I'm like, well, now I want the full out version. I don't know if I want to pull a backflip with this thing or not. I'm really not in the process of wanting to fix it yet. But I am curious at the same time. I don't see it happening. If you had the right jump, you could do it. She's really Neanderish, almost like you're doing everything in slow-mo. Well, for winter running, these tires are great. I think for summertime, I probably want something more like a Revo tire. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with the Traxxas stock tires. Attack the juniper. She's sinking pretty good. Down and down and down.